Hey guys, it's Timmy from the Cubringers, and today I will be teaching you an more advanced edge pairing technique for the 5x5, and this is a good method to move up to after you do the edge pairing technique that you would learn when you first solve the cube, which is where you line up your three edges, pair them, and then take it out and reinsert it with a mixed edge trio, and then reinsert it, and then revert the centers back to normal. What this technique does is it prevents you from having to revert the centers back to normal, and it leaves basically the centers mixed up, and at the end you'll revert them back to normal. So how this works is first you want to try to find two edges that are already together. So I see the green, black, so I'm going to find the other one, which is up here. And so you're going to bring that down so you can insert it just as you normally would, and then go ahead and pair it up. Now after you do this, don't uninsert this yet. You want to look for, and preferably, two edges that are already paired up in this middle layer here, these middle layers. And what I see is these two right here, the blue and orange edges. So what I want to do is I want to find the other blue and orange edge, and I see that right up here. So what you want to do is you're going to uninsert the edge you've created and then reinsert this one piece, so that when you insert it, you can line it up with these two other edges. So you have to figure out how to do that. And so now we see if we bring this back down that way, we can get it to line up, so that if we move these, we have our second pair. And so that's how the rest of this goes. So we'll do another one. Alright, so I see the black and red two edges line up, so I'm going to find the other black and red, and then take this edge out and reinsert it with black and red. So the other black and red's right here. So now we're going to reinsert it, or uninsert the solved edge and put in the unsolved edge with the black and red, and then match these up. And then you want to look for two again. Now here I see blue black and another blue black that I can easily align. So we're going to find the third one in either top or bottom layer. So it's in the bottom layer, and then I will bring that one up, uninserting the solved edge, and then match it up again. And now I see the blue and red, and now I'll find the third one, which is right here, and then do the same thing and then match it up again. So we formed our solved edge, and now I see these two and the third one right here. So do the same thing, then match them up. And what do we have? So here we have a case where we have all three edges, the yellow, green, we have all three of them in our middle layers. Now what I like to do, if this is the case, is simply put in a random edge and then come back over here, and then figure out how, if you could flip one, that would make it easy to line them up. Now I see if I flip this one, these two would be aligned, but this one would still be unaligned. If I flip this one, these two would be aligned, but this one would be unaligned. So the middle one, if you flip that, then you can get them all to line up. So go ahead, flip this edge around, so you can use the flipping algorithm or whatever you use to flip an edge. And so flip it, and then now you can line up those three edges like normal. So there's a little trick if you can't find, two that are lined up, or if you have one that's flipped around or whatever, and that can help out. Now here I see these two, but they're mismatched. So what I would do here is I uninsert this and reinsert this first. And then we can push this into place. And now this is over here, and we simply can flip it so that we can orient it correctly. So we'll orient it and then match it up. And alright, so now we're down to our last edge, and this doesn't matter how you put it back in. So now we're to our last one, and so now we have 4 solved edges on the bottom and 4 on the top, and at this point, simply just revert your centers back to solved. And now, the last 4 center edges are a little different. You don't use the normal method for this. You use a different method, which also saves you a lot of time. So what you want to do is you want to find 2 matching up. It doesn't matter if this edge is flipped or not, just 2 matching up. If it isn't flipped, like this one, you're going to want to find the other one and match it up so it's in the same layer as the one that so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this edge over here, then flip this edge so that this piece would now be down here like that, and then push it back. So we'll bring in basically this edge, and then we're going to flip this over so that what happens is when we bring it back, this edge is down here, and then it will solve it when you revert the centers back to normal. Now, what I see is this one and this one. But, yeah, sorry. So I see this, yeah. So I'll line it up and then bring over the edge and then flip the edge so that our blue-yellow is now in that layer. So when we flip it back, it's solved. And so now we're down to our last 2. In this case, you can't do anything to avoid a parity. So do it the normal way. You push this over, the edge over, and then just do it as you normally would. And then we only have 1 parity. Now, a trick. Now here's a trick if whether you're using this method or a different method. If you have this, if you end up with this, you couldn't prevent the double parity. An easy thing to do is take this center and push it over into the other edge that has the parity, and then flip these 3 edges, and then revert it back, and that will actually flip this center and these 2 edges, which in turn will get rid of the parity, and then you solve it like a normal 3x3. Okay, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos, reviews, and tutorials.